Is it
Yeah,
a
that's
statement for
right.
yield?
Our internal name for it is income pools. I'm sure the marketing folks, some of whom are on this call, are furiously coming up with a better name. We engineers don't know how to name things, but an income pool is really focused on crypto hodlers who they don't want to sell their ETH, they don't want to sell their BTC, but so we provide an experience that's a whole lot like staking, where you deposit one coin and then you get some other coin while it's deposited. Only in this case, we already have built these modular yield automation strategies. So it doesn't take our engineers much effort at all to spin up one of these pools where you deposit one token and then you buy another. And that's a really, really powerful and not fully explored pattern. I call it deposit X, earn Y. We've seen it in staking, including in sushi, where you stake your sushi and you get X sushi. There's also using yield automation, some interesting patterns that you can do for charities, for crypto funding. To provide an example, you can have a decentralized startup funding model where everybody in a community deposits funds, they're locked up for 90 days, and then you withdraw 100% of your money. So, you're literally losing nothing but the opportunity cost and time. And during that 90 days, of course, we're using our yield automation to build up a funding pot. And then whatever decentralized governance mechanism you prefer, snapshot.page or sushi voting or something like that, you can choose to approve a startup's funding proposal. So you just introduce kind of costless VC or evergreen VC fund, where future VC funds they might not ever actually spend money, just lock it up for certain periods of time. So it's a whole new model for investing, similar to charities. Is kind of like Pool Together, which I mentioned earlier. It might do more good in the world if we have charities where you just deposit, you lock up some money for 30 days, you can withdraw your money after that, and you funded an orphanage or an anti-poverty program or a climate change program or something like that. So these kind of new interesting funding models, totally unexplored for the most part, and that's what some of that deposit X earn Y pattern allows you to do. So you can do the income stuff, the charity stuff, startup. You can also address a long tail of. I've just came up with Jeff Coin, 10 minutes ago, kind of making up a coin. And I can go to Uniswap or Sushi and create a market, but I don't have any way for people to deposit and earn Jeff and or Turtle Coin, to pick on our moderator.
Don't need
So,
to.
if you want to earn Turtle, you need to you can use one of these directed pools. They use the yield automation. You deposit some Turtle, and then you can, or excuse me, I have that backwards. Sorry. You deposit some known coin like ETH or USDC, and yield automation buys Turtle through Uniswap on the open market, creating some additional yield and buying pressure. So really a powerful primitive that we're going to roll out in the future. There are a lot of possibilities, and honestly, I want to stoke the community's imagination and solicit that the community come up with some ideas for deposit X, earn Y, and some of the yield automation from that.
Yeah, that's it's an awesome idea where you can sort of have like a community decided VC fund almost, or like you said, like make it easier for people to, basically passively donate to charities, instead of like, feeling like, oh, here goes out like a big chunk of cash, just like a percentage of interest they're earning.
Yeah, you're giving up your opportunity cost, and but you're otherwise not losing capital. And hopefully that can inspire some people to donate to charity who otherwise would not. If you say, "Hey, it's kind of a donation, but you get your money back." That after, that throws them for a loop and they reboot their brain. They think, "Hey, that's a pretty good deal. I help, I help this church or I help this charity or whatever, and I get my money back. I'm not losing anything."